Hello everyone, and welcome to Hyperanalyzing LCS, the series where I discuss the biggest moments from the LCS and give attention to the tiniest details that can decide the outcome of a game. This week I will look at some plays from Week 2 of the 2022 LCS Summer Split. Spica picked up an unlikely triple kill as Viego against Team Liquid.
And Hansama is able to finish off the push as well. That's going to be the teleport used to the bottom lane, though, and they got a pick.
Or is in no man's land, flash the safety, berserked, only really hits Volibear, which doesn't actually connect to anything. Buys a second, no tempered fate yet. Health bar still getting low. Mia still playing on the edge. Maple on the way up, gonna find some damage. Exhaust on Sama, doesn't get the rest of the shovel though, and this should not be a kill. It's gonna just, a burn down. He's gonna drop one. Bjergsen will be traded back. He's gonna heal. Will it be enough? As Maple flies in, and it's number 2. And it's gonna be CoreJJ left alone, tries the happy feet. A triple kill for Spica.
Mia starts the fight by committing his flash to pick up CoreJJ, but TSM is unaware that Santorin is right around the corner, so this instantly becomes a 2v2. Team Liquid has other players nearby, as Bjergsen had just taken the blue buff and Hansama is coming to the fight ahead of Maple from the bottom lane. Santorin turns TSM's pick attempt against Mia, who is able to get away from him thanks to hostile takeover. The TSM pair kites this part of the fight really well, as Mia is able to sidestep the Bard ultimate while staying out of Santorin's attack range, and Spica is able to do a lot of damage to Santorin without taking much in return. However, TSM has to back away due to the additional TL players joining the play. Bjergsen flashes to dive onto Mia, who keeps himself alive with bailout, and although he still falls, this buys enough time for Spica to claim a counter kill onto Bjergsen, and Spica just barely gets to possess the Azir without dying. As soon as the possession completes, Spica flashes backwards, dodging both CoreJJ's Cosmic Binding and Hansama's Mystic Shot before summoning a soldier and diving back onto Hansama for a second kill. Maple has also played this fight really well, starting with him following Hansama up the river. Maple hits Hans with a big paddle star, and a stolen exhaust significantly slows down Hansama's walk up the river and gives Spica some crucial extra time to get that initial kill and possession. Maple then picks up an extra flash and uses it to land another long-range paddle star on Hansama, and he picks up yet another flash which he uses to get even closer. At this point, Maple has gotten Hansama down to about 100 HP by himself, and Spica swoops in to claim the kill and get another possession. Maple then beats CoreJJ into his own magical journey, cutting off CoreJJ's escape while Spica arcane shifts onto the enemy support, taking him down for the triple kill. Team Liquid began their comeback against Flyquest with this fight for the Baron.
Now we've got Flyquest going after the Baron. They've got it down to 4K. Team Liquid coming in, trying to stop it. Santorin looking to challenge. Johnson's going to be taken to half HP. Oh no! Bjergsen with the shutdown! And Flyquest will crumble! Afromu tries to find something, but Bjerg's going to make it a double!
Flyquest starts the Baron after Johnson and Jose Diodo pick off Hansama. Team Liquid opts into the 4v5, and ultimately this fight comes down to a few well-used spells, the first of which is Bwipo's Cannon Barrage, which he drops into Baron Pit before teleporting in the northern part of the river. This teleport prevents Flyquest from kiting upriver, allowing TL to surround Flyquest in what is a brief 4v4 until Philip's teleport completes. Santorin charges forward, needing to get to the Baron Pit for a chance to smite it away. This prompts Afromu to use the quickness, but he delays Grand Entrance just a little bit too long, and Santorin is able to flash away from the knockup, keeping himself healthy while also getting some extra hits onto Johnson. While that sequence is happening, Jose Diodo and Johnson have been taking hit after hit from Bwipo's Cannon Barrage, and they are both below half health by the time the full fight begins. Bjergsen somewhat cuts off their escape, popping Demonic Ascension, which also slows down Flyquest thanks to Rylai's Crystal Scepter. However, the big ability that prevents Flyquest's escape is the Pillar from Santorin, which knocks Jose Diodo back towards Team Liquid, blocks the path against the wall, and creates an even greater slow zone that Flyquest has to walk through. CoreJJ casts Wild Growth onto Bjergsen for an additional knockup on Jose Diodo and Afromu, and the location and slow from the Pillar allows Bjergsen to easily land Nevermove to once again pull both of them back towards TL. At this point, the ongoing slows from Rylai's Crystal Scepter and a polymorph from CoreJJ make it impossible for Philip or Afromu to escape, so Team Liquid pick up 4 kills without losing anybody in this team fight, in addition to getting the Baron. Team Liquid continued their comeback with another teamfight win 1.5 minutes later.
But if they just wait for the ocean,
look at Johnson though, wrapping around.
They're going to go for it. He's on a control ward though.
Oh, Johnson's got to get out of there. Hansama goes for him. But now Flyquest, they want to try to turn it around. Hansama's going to be taking Twitch in the middle of everybody. Jose Diodo looking to make the plays. Johnson running out of ulti time here. Philip needs to heal up a little bit further. He's going to die to Hans. Johnson's going to pop. Flyquest have absolutely crumbled.
As TL push mid lane with the Baron buff, Johnson uses his invisibility to sneak behind them. However, CoreJJ drops a control ward on their flank which spots the hiding AD carry. CoreJJ then pops Terrelia's Battle Song in an attempt to chase down Johnson, and Hansama slides over the wall hitting Johnson with the Zeri ultimate. Once Johnson gets back to relative safety in the brush, he pops his own ult as the rest of Flyquest attempts to engage onto Team Liquid. Aphromoo activates the quickness, but his grand entrance gets interrupted by Core JJ casting Wild Growth on Hansama. Because of this, Aphromoo does not get the knockup from grand entrance, and he never even charms anyone with the quickness. Still, Philip and Jose Diodo do a lot of damage to TL's frontline, while Johnson fires through all of them with spray and pray. The TL players fall very low, but they have two crucial stacies that help them turn this fight around. Santorin just barely survives before popping his stopwatch, while Bjergsen uses Zhonya's Hourglass in the front line. Bjergsen's stasis is really important here since he has the combo of the Swain ult with Rylate's Crystal Scepter. Hansama and Santorin are both under threat of dying, but Bjergsen using stasis turns himself into a giant unmovable zone of damage and slows that Flyquest cannot push through. Takui makes an attempt at assassinating Santorin using 2 distortions from the flank, but his second distortion lands too early before Santorin exits stasis, meaning Takui does not finish off the kill. At this point, with Flyquest's middling health bars and Bjergsen still standing strong in the corridor, Flyquest has to disengage from the fight and sacrifice Philip, who has no way of escaping. As TL begin to disengage as well, Bjergsen lands a great never move onto Johnson, pulling him to his death and giving Team Liquid a solid 2-0 teamfight win on their way to a comeback victory. Flyquest did have their own comeback victory this week, which they ended with this perfect engage.
Or if they're going to try to hold out.
Well, we have 30 seconds until the Elder Drake spawns. Dokla has the Narbar charge now. Halifax went for the wall to see if they were able to cut anybody off, but it did not work. Flyquest stays together, they disengage.
But again, where's the vision, right? They've completely been choked out of this area of the map. This is what it's going to be about, this whole area there. You know, with the Elder spawning on that side, can they actually get in? They're trying to get control of the mid lane here. They're going to look for the engage!
Jose Diodo goes in. He started it off here for the side of Flyquest, and Contracts is already dead. They're going to look for more. Dokla's going to be taken down. Double kill back over to Johnson. It's Tookie time! Flyquest, 5-0.
With the Elder Dragon about to spawn, both teams are playing for control of the mid lane. Halifax attempts to cut off some of Flyquest with Weaver's Wall, but it's not placed very well and everyone from Flyquest gets to the other side of it with ease. Dokla also transforms into Meganar, so Flyquest play the next few seconds very far back, waiting for that to time out. Halifax steps forward to look for some poke, but this puts him in a spot where he cannot easily regroup with his team. Also note that this entire time, Aphromoo's Yuumi has not been attached to Johnson, who is the primary carry. Instead, he is attached to Jose Diodo, indicating that he plans to be a part of Flyquest's teamfight engage. With Meganar about to time out and Halifax separated from his team, Flyquest start pushing forward again in the mid lane, and as soon as Dokla changes back to Mininar, they make the engage. LCS observers actually swap to the blue team's vision as this happens, which is great because it highlights just how fast and coordinated Flyquest's engage is. For a brief moment, both Johnson and Jose Diodo are invisible. Then, at almost the exact same time, Johnson opens up with Spray and Pray, Jose Diodo flashes forward and pops Cyclone, and Aphromoo starts channeling Final Chapter across 3 members of CLG. Even though it was clear in this game that Twitch was the biggest threat that CLG needed to deal with, Flyquest's sudden engage forces CLG to play this fight around Jose Diodo. Luger has to flash away towards the river, and Poom also uses Crescendo to stop Jose Diodo from diving further. Meanwhile, Halifax was not able to rejoin his team before Flyquest made their engage, so he has to flash just to contribute to the fight with Unraveled Earth, and Philip immediately responds by flashing onto Halifax and taking him down in essentially a 1v1. Dokla also can't do much without Meganar, and he gets charmed by Takui. Contracts falls first, being trapped on the front line in the Wukong and Yuumi ultimates. Because Flyquest's engage was so fast and well coordinated, there are 0 people on CLG that have even a chance to threaten Johnson, who puts out 7,800 points of damage in this fight and even flashes forward to finish off the final kills, completing Flyquest's huge comeback victory. Thank you for watching Hyperanalyzing LCS. Hit subscribe and come back next week for my analysis of Week 3.